Trustpilot has millions of publicly visible customer reviews across hundreds of thousands of companies. That data, competitor ratings, reviewer sentiment, trending complaints, trust score, is some of the most actionable market intelligence you can get. The problem is that Trustpilot's official API only gives you access to your own reviews. For anything else, you need to scrape it, and most setups break within the first few hundred requests. In this video, I'm going to show you the clean way to do it. Watch this to the end. I'll show you a clean scraping setup for Trustpilot, how to keep your IP and fingerprint clean so you don't get rate limited, and how to get 2 GB of free proxies so you can start extracting data right away. Links in the description. Let's be specific about the data. From each review page, you can pull reviewer name, star rating, review text, and date posted. At the company level, trust score, total review count, category, and business name. That's your core data set for reputation monitoring, competitor analysis, or sentiment tracking. One quick thing before the code. Trustpilot reviews are publicly accessible, but reviewer names and locations are personal data. If you're operating under GDPR or similar frameworks, handle that data with appropriate care depending on your use case. It works for small one-time pulls. The moment you start paginating through dozens of companies at any real speed, you'll start seeing rate limits and empty responses. The approach doesn't scale without proper IP management. Data center proxies are fine for review sites. Trustpilot's protection isn't extreme, but data center IP ranges are already on watch lists. You'll hit soft blocks faster than you'd expect. Pages that load normally but return ghost results or stale data. Here's the part most tutorials skip. An anti-detect browser manages isolated browser profiles, each one with its own spoofed fingerprint, canvas, WebGL, audio, fonts, hardware signals. Each profile gets its own proxy baked in, so your IP and browser identity are always consistent. That consistency is what keeps sessions looking human. I use GoLogin for this. Open GoLogin. In the left sidebar, click Profiles, then New Profile. Name it Trustpilot-scrape-01. Paste your residential proxy credentials into the proxy field. GoLogin auto-sets the time zone, language, and locale from the proxy IP. You don't touch those manually. Hit Run Profile. When the browser opens, type ife.com and hit Enter. You want to see a green Trustworthy status. That screen checks the exact signals Trustpilot's anti-bot layer checks: IP class, fingerprint consistency, WebRTC leaks, time zone match. Green here means your session starts clean. If IFA shows a mismatch on WebRTC or time zone, regenerate the profile. 10 seconds, worth it every time. Trustpilot's URL structure is simple. Trustpilot.com/review/company-domain. Pagination works by appending page equals 2, page equals 3, and so on. Loop through those to collect full review history. Here's a technique that makes extraction faster and cleaner. Trustpilot is built on next.js, which means review data is preloaded inside a __next_data_JSON block in the page's HTML. Instead of scraping rendered elements, you can parse that JSON directly. It's structured, consistent, and much faster than hunting CSS selectors. At minimum, set a realistic user agent header, Chrome on Windows, and an accept language, EN-US header. Without those, Trustpilot server will flag the request pattern immediately. Decision rule number 1. If you're running light volume, a few pages per company, low frequency, requests with proper headers and a clean residential IP is enough. If you're scaling to dozens of companies or running daily jobs, run from inside a GoLogin profile with a dedicated proxy per session. Decision rule number 2. If you start seeing 429 responses in your terminal, that's Trustpilot's rate limiter firing. Cut your request frequency. Add randomized delays between pages, 2 to 5 seconds varied. And if you're on data center IPs, switch to residential. Quick real example. A market researcher building a competitor sentiment dashboard. They were scraping 20 companies back to back with fixed 1-second delays from the same data center IP. After the first dozen company pages, responses started coming back empty. No reviews, no trust score, just the company shell. Classic soft block. Randomized delays and a residential proxy on a clean GoLogin profile would have kept that session running. Decision rule number 3, failure case. If your scraped pages are loading, but review sections are empty, that's a soft block, not a parsing error. Don't debug your selectors first. Change your IP class, clear the profile's cookies, or rotate to a fresh GoLogin profile. Honest trade-off. Residential proxies cost more and run slower than data center. That's the price of a clean session that doesn't get soft blocked after 10 pages. For Trustpilot at any real volume, it's not optional. Branch 1. One-time competitor audit versus ongoing daily monitoring. For a one-time pull, say grabbing all reviews for 5 competitors, run it once. Export to CSV with UTF-8 encoding, and you're done. If you're building a dashboard that checks for new reviews daily, track the latest review date from your last run and only pull pages newer than that. Full rescrapes every day burn through your proxy budget and increase detection risk unnecessarily. The clean Trustpilot scraping setup. A residential IP inside a GoLogin profile verified on ify.com and pace your requests with randomized delays. That's the setup that holds up. If you want to replicate this Trustpilot scraping setup to get 40% off GoLogin and claim the 2 GB free proxies, click my link in the description or the pinned comment below. See you in the next one.